Big Dre, Orlando.
Who shot Tupac?
To keep it for the code of the streets. It just came from the backseat, bro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Isaac. Thank you so much for being here. Those of you guys who are new, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel when you hit that bell so you always stay up to date with me. Today's video was all about that karma. I'm going to be talking about what happened to the individuals that had a hand in assassinating one of the greatest and most influential artists of all time, Tupac Amaru Shakur. The first cat we're going to look at is Eric Von Zip. He's typically not the first person you think about when the murder of Pac is brought up, but he played a very pivotal role. Eric Von Zip was a gangster from Harlem, who at the time was cool with Kefi D and the Southside Crips. After Orlando Anderson got jumped at the MGM Grand, Zip was the one who supplied the gun, the 40 cal, for the retaliation. He even offered to go with the Southside Crips. After Pac gets killed, the story goes that Puffy gave Zip $1 million to give to Kefi D, but he kept it all for himself and he bought a nightclub called Zip Code.
So the FBI told you that Zip kept that money as well?
They said Zip's a dirty motherfucker. Everybody cross you. You're the last one to know every fucking thing. Even lawyers, your friends, everybody can cross your ass. You just don't know.
In August of 2012, 15 years after the death of Pac, Eric Von Zip died of cancer. Terrence Brown, aka Bubble Up, was the driver of the white four-door Cadillac that pulled up next to Pac and Suge. In September of 2015, 19 years after the death of Pac, T. Brown was gunned down inside of a weed dispensary. DeAndre Smith, aka Big Dre, was in the back left seat. Some people say that Big Dre was the real shooter and not Orlando because he had the clearest shot at Pac. DeAndre was a ball-playing ass nigga. He was 6'6", almost 400 pounds. He had the reach and all that. Orlando had dislocated his shoulder when he got jumped at the MGM Grand. So him trying to extend his arm out the window, sitting next to Dre, who's 400 pounds, would be a hell of a task. So just giving Dre the gun makes a lot more sense. In November of 2004, 8 years after the death of Pac, Big Dre died from health issues, being in bad shape. Orlando Anderson was sitting in the back right passenger seat. The story goes that the gun was passed to Big Dre, but for some reason he didn't want to pull the trigger. So Orlando took the gun and started shooting. He's the one who had the most motive because Pac ran up on him and punched him. I always believed Orlando was the shooter, but the more research I do, the more I feel like it wasn't him. Like I said earlier, his shoulder got dislocated. Dre is next to him taking up all the space and shit. It's just not as conclusive as it once was that Orlando just flat out did it. In May of '98, almost 2 years after the death of Pac, Orlando was killed in a shootout with some corner pocket Crips. He was only 23 years old. Kefi D was in the front passenger seat and he's the only one in the white Cadillac who was still alive today. The seating arrangement of everybody in the white Cadillac was brought to light by Kefi D during his confession in 2008. When Kefi first started talking to police, his nephew Orlando was dead, Big Dre was dead, but T. Brown and Zip were the only ones alive. It's very possible the whole seating chart of everybody in the white Cadillac is bullshit and Kefi may have been the shooter this whole time, but he put everything on Orlando because he was dead. In 2018, Kefi D revealed that he had cancer, and I feel like that's what set off him doing all those interviews because maybe he thought that he wouldn't be around for long, and he also had that proffer agreement that he clearly didn't really understand. Kefi could have really gotten away with his role in assassinating Pac, but he just kept on talking to everybody. On September 29, 2023, Kefi was arrested for his role in Pac's murder and his bond was recently set at $750K. I honestly don't see a way that he could come up out of this. He's 60 years old, he's limping all over the place. You're supposed to be holding your grandkids and just chilling, but now look. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and sit down, get you some popcorn, and watch all of his interviews and you'll see why he's most likely gonna die in prison. Karma came back and bit everybody in the ass who had a hand in the murder of Tupac Shakur. None of their fates was retaliation for Tupac's death either. Orlando was killed by Crips. Eric Von Zip died of cancer. T. Brown was killed in a weed dispensary. Kefi just talked himself to prison. And Big Dre was murdered by good old table salt. We've heard the saying many times, but you live by the gun, you die by the gun. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please get in the comments section and let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if I missed something or how I can improve. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at I'm Hurricane Isaac95. I'm gone. Peace.
Just stand on what you say and everything gon' be okay. Available for faith, I got the clippers and the blades. He think he hot like a potato, get his ass turned in a leg. I'm the preacher, not a teacher, I cannot give you an A. People think we deacons, how we gathered up for grace. If you my 10-year nigga, get a seat and grab a plate. We ain't shrimp, lobster, and steak, just for them days we couldn't pay.